Good morning, and welcome to the Clearwater Corps and our Holiness meeting this morning with this emphasis upon community care ministry. We welcome to our pulpit this morning Major Paula Henderson, who's the Community Care Ministries Secretary for the Florida Division. And Major Henderson, we look forward to what God has to say through you to us today, but it's good to have you. There have been a number of things happening in the Corps and in the division recently, and there are some special announcements this morning that our Corps officer would like to share with you, and also our Christian Ed Director, Devontae Lawson. So, Major?
This is Trinity. Trinity is all about keeping busy, whether it's playing with the latest Lego, taking walks in the park, or going to church. If snow crabs are on the menu, she's there, but she'll pass on the pasta. She's hopeful to have a room of her own and space for her hamster or her fish. Her perfect forever family would help her engage her creative side while maintaining a sense of humor. Trinity is in foster care here in Pinellas County, and we're working with an organization called Eckerd Connects, and they've asked us to place Trinity's picture out in the lobby, which we'll do after the service this morning. And they've asked us as a praying congregation to pray for Trinity, to pray for two things. Number one, that if possible, she be returned to her family. And number two, if that's not possible, that a foster family will receive her. And so because you are a praying congregation, I said we would love to have the honor to pray for Trinity. And so you'll see her picture on the back. You can see her right up here. And so let's make it a matter of prayer, to pray for this young girl in our community who is looking for a family. God bless you.
Good morning, everybody. As most of you know, a few weeks ago, myself, some of the teens, and a few leaders went to youth councils 2 weeks ago. And really quick, my experience, I say that this was the best youth councils I've ever attended as a leader. I say that because it was the first time I left youth councils not thinking about the guest speaker. I think that our own divisional youth team did a great job at putting it together. So that's a shout out to Mr. Tom, Darryl, and the rest of the team. I think the divisional youth team did a great job. During youth councils, our youth, the youth of this Corps, were in the spotlight quite a bit. I want to congratulate Mr. Joseph Renfro. Can you stand, please? Joseph won Musician of the Year at youth councils this year. You might want to hold your applause, because yesterday Joseph also won an award. He got third place in the solo competition, so give him another hand clap. Also want to recognize, taken away from youth councils a bit, but Mr. Terry Wood won second place yesterday in a solo competition. Kudos to you, Terry. And I might as well go down the line. Sorry. Taryn won third place at the solo competition yesterday. And yes, Taryn there. And Mr. Troy Hanton. Oh, right behind me. He won first place in the solo competition yesterday. And the last award we got in youth councils, this goes to you guys right here, the kids who come every week to Junior Soldiers, yes. Who comes to Corps Cadets, yes. Who come to character building. All of you guys were on the spotlight. If you weren't there, we got the Excellence in Youth Award, the blue ribbon. So this goes to the youth in the Corps for their commitment to the Corps as well. Good job, guys. Really quickly, I'm going to introduce a young lady, Miss Tamaya Union. As she come up here, I'm going to let you know a little bit about Tamaya. Tamaya has grown tremendously in the last year I've been here. Tamaya was in a really closed shell, but she's opening up slowly but surely, and I want to let her share her experience at youth councils. So this is going to be her testimony, but we're going to do it in kind of a interview format so she's not as nervous. Now, everybody got a chance to see Tamaya. So when you see her in the halls or you see her on Tuesday night, give her a hug because she's family as well. So I'm going to ask you two questions, Ms. Tamaya, about youth councils, and I want you to answer for the rest of the congregation. First question is, what was your favorite thing about youth councils?
Meeting new people and learning more about God.
Second question is a little deeper. I'm just kidding. The second question is, what is one thing that you would take from youth councils to help you rise up?
By learning more about Jesus and how he sacrificed for us.
Thank you, Tamaya. Y'all don't understand how much of a big step that is for her. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tamaya. And let me tell you, I've been doing this a lot of years, and it's still, I shake in my knees when I get up here. So I'm with you, all right? Congratulations to each of you. And congratulations to the Divisional Music Director, Tom Hanton, and his staff yesterday. What an excellent program that was yesterday afternoon as the youth from this division were recognized. So, Tom, thank you for that and for all that you're doing for our young people. And we get to enjoy that ministry here all week long, so we're grateful for that. As you look through your source, you'll find a number of things there. In addition to the ordinary activities, events during the week, but just be aware that Corps Cadets, you will be meeting today following the Community Care Ministries Luncheon. On Monday is the Men's Fellowship Golf Tournament to benefit World Services. So if I would imagine that Major Miller would still take some those who would like to play, but we hope to see you there. Tuesday, Pastoral Care Council at 1:30. And then on Thursday, the Worship Committee meets at 2 p.m. And the next Sunday, Sunday School Holiness meeting, followed by the Young Adult Fellowship at 12:30. And then next Sunday evening, 6 p.m., Say It with Music. And I understand that Major Sally Broughton is in charge of that program next Sunday evening. So it should be a very enjoyable time. It's not too early to start thinking and planning for Easter sunrise services and the Easter services for that day. And for the weekend, Good Friday at 6 p.m. Friday evening, the 19th. Sunrise service at 7:30 at On Top of the World. And then our own worship service at 10:45. So make plans to attend those if you would. And just be aware of those on our prayer list and continue to keep them in your prayers. It's always a joy to have visitors come and share with us here at the Clearwater Corps. So if it's your first time, or if it's been a while, we'd invite you to stand, ask you to just give us your name, tell us where you're from. If you feel comfortable doing that, please stand and let us welcome you this morning. If you're a visitor, or if it's been a while.
I'm waiting for him to look this way. I'm happy to have my niece, Rebecca Goodman, visiting from Southwest Ohio.
I'd like to welcome back Claudette and John Appleby from Ocala, Florida.
Some good friends of mine, Jill Snelson, Isaac Snelson, and Abby Snelson.
We're Veronica and David McClure. We're here visiting my mom and dad, Barb and Ernie Smith, from Northern Virginia.
My name is Al Phillips. This is my hometown. I'm here visiting from where I'm from now, from North Carolina, from Salisbury Corps. I'm glad to be back to see some old friends.
Thank you. Here's a card. Thank you.
We are John and Carlene Germain, and we are snowbirds from Michigan, but we live in Mobile Home Park with some very good parishioners of yours, and they invited us to come, and I was very excited to be able to come because I was born and raised in the Salvation Army. And I've not been part of it for many years because of various reasons, but I love the Salvation Army, and I am really already enjoying being here so much. And the band is exceptional.
Amen. Well, it's a joy to have you worship with us today, and anytime you're in the area, please stop and worship with us. We're glad to have you. It's that time of year when a number of our folks are heading back to Canada and points north, and we just want to say a special thank you for all that you've done and been a part of this fellowship, and we look forward to you returning. Just don't stay gone too long, okay? God bless you. Let's worship together.